Well, hello, free people of the Rocky Mountain region. This is Brandon from Free State, Colorado, and I hope you're doing well. I'm down here at the state capitol for the 2025 special session, and I wanted to share with you a lot of the interviews, quick little videos I did with a lot of our legislators, kind of describing what was going on down here. So take a look and let me know what you think. Thanks. So I'm down at the state capitol with Representative Larry Don Suckla. Representative Suckla, can you tell us what's going on down at the capitol today?
Yes, Brandon, I sure can, and thank you for running Free State of Colorado. It's war down here. What they are fixing to do is they are fixing to raise your taxes. They are calling it raising revenue. They are raising your taxes. This building is spin, 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 and it's time for the people to stand up and say enough is enough. We cannot afford to live in Colorado anymore. Our kids cannot afford to live here. They cannot make enough money. We've got to stop these idiotic policies that they are doing right now, and we have got to get back to being fiscally responsible, and I hope that we can get that done. I doubt that's going to be done here, but your Republicans are going to be pushing as hard as possible to get that done, and we need to start voting differently. We have got to start voting for Republicans and fiscally conservative people. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir. Keep up the fight.
Yes, sir.
So I'm down here at the state capitol with State Representative Max Brooks to give us an update on the special session. Representative Brooks, what do people need to know?
It's a farce. How about that? I mean, honestly, I don't know how to be more concise and truthful and honest about it. Right now we're here because the Democrats want to raise revenue, right? That means raising taxes, and they're blaming H.R. 1 for it, which is not the cause of this. We have been mismanaging funds in this state and continuing to grow government for years upon years upon years, all under the current majority Democrat control. Now they want to blame it on H.R. 1. We're going to fight. We're going to do the best we can to keep money in the pockets of hardworking Colorado families. Democrats are going to fight as hard as they can to take it out. Again, you've heard it. You've heard it time and time again. We do not have a revenue problem in Colorado. We have a spending problem. And Colorado Democrats are going to come straight back to the pockets of hardworking Colorado families to try to raise revenue so they can spend more money. We're going to do our best to fight against it.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, sir. Keep up the fight and keep us updated.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I'm here with State Representative Ken deGraaf, one of Colorado's Liberty leaders. Representative deGraaf, what can you tell us about the special session this year?
Well, Brandon, like we talked about the other day, this is a barely special session. So as I called it then, and I still refer to it as a BS session. The Democrat Party is trying to pin this all on H.R. 1, tax cuts, tax rebates for the citizens of Colorado. They were fine. They loved the being tied to the federal tax code when they could predictably expect new definitions to increase the taxes at the federal level and therefore at the state level, which I think was which was a convenient workaround for Tabor. But now we're talking about millions of dollars of tax, hundreds of millions of dollars of tax relief for the citizens of Colorado that have not even started to take effect yet. So we're talking about taxes that are coming into effect in 2026, 2027, and the Democrats are blaming it for a hole in the budget in 2025. So this is no different than the governor blaming tariffs that haven't taken effect yet. Substantially on the Colorado economy. It's all gaslighting. I was telling one of the aides, democracy thrives in darkness, and right now they want to keep everything dark. They want to keep everything cloaked. They want to deflect all of the blame for the dismal economic performance. So the fact is, we have a hole in our economy that is based on the Democrats overspending. We had a surplus, and this surplus would be well enough to cover any shortfall this year. But they blew through that surplus and spent right to the edge of their budget. So right now we don't have any excess, and so now what we're doing is they bring us in and we're spending more taxpayer money so that the Democrats can figure out how to take more taxpayer money, because they have certainly shown no ideas at reducing spending, only methods of increasing the load on our businesses. So ultimately, I don't know why they don't want any businesses to remain in Colorado, but that seems all part of their rewilding, aka depeopling of Colorado. So get rid of the businesses, you'll get rid of the people, and then they'll have their little wolf sanctuary. I don't know. It's all insanity, but this is trying to blame the taxpayer Bill of Rights. I still expect that we'll see some ballot initiatives come through, because we expected this at in the October timeframe, that the shortfalls would require a special session in October. So I really kind of expect that this is an avenue to get something on the ballot in order to get rid of Tabor, so that by saying that Tabor is why we can't have nice things, and when in fact Tabor is the only reason that citizens have any of their money left. So then in October, when we're even more short of money, then they'd be able to just raise the taxes without having to do anything contrived like creating and conjuring up a new enterprise. That takes a level of creativity, and they're just running out of titles that they can put on enterprises. So if they don't have to do that, they can instead just raise your taxes, and that's what the Taxpayer Bill of Rights prevents them from doing. That's what they want to do. They're not going to be happy until you have nothing. So thanks, Colorado. Be ready to fight. Come join us in the gallery.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, sir. Keep up the fight.
Thank you.
So I'm down here with State Representative Rebecca Keltie at the state capitol. Representative Keltie, what can you tell us about what's going on with the special session this year?
Well, for some of the things that I can tell you that's not going on is actually the full addressment of the budget problems that we're having in Colorado. The bills that they're going through, they're allowing people to bring up new bills and stuff like that. That's not what we should be working on. We should be working on the old bills that they passed to actually make cuts to the spending that the state is. We're literally bleeding here. I know last session for the Republicans, we had over $900,000 worth of cuts that we proposed. They were denied, they were turned down, and now, we're back to the drawing board again, and I told them before, if we don't do something now, we're going to be back here again, and guess where we are. Not only that, but we're costing the taxpayers of Colorado $30,000 to $35,000 a day, and the minimum is for 6 days. So whether we're here for 3 days or 6 days, they're still going to spend that 6 days worth of $30,000 to $35,000 a day cost to the taxpayers. So now they're spending money to try to say that they're saving money, and they're not. A lot of the bills that are going through, like I said, they are not going to address what we really need to address. They're not going to listen to the Republicans. We were told that they've already got it figured out, that they know what they're doing. Well, they didn't know what they were doing last time. They don't know what they're doing this time. And honestly, unless we have everyone at the table making good decisions, especially people like the Republicans that are qualified to make these types of decisions. I firmly believe that you need to be qualified in the realm to be able to make good things happen. 70% of the people here are not qualified, and they're going to be making decisions with with the people's money. And like I said, time and time again, the people's money is not safe in the hands of the people here at the highest office of the state. So I really hope that the people of Colorado wake up. I really hope that they pay attention. I hope they get mad, and I hope they start taking action. So.
Thank you so much. Keep up the good fight. Appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I'm Scott Shamblin. I'm the Executive Director of Colorado Right to Life, and I'm at the Capitol today because the Democrats have introduced Senate Bill 2, which will be filling the funding hole for Planned Parenthood that was created by the Big Beautiful Bill. We're in a $1.2 billion budget deficit, and they've decided that the most important thing they can do is spend more money on abortion.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you for being down here, and thank you for fighting for the unborn. Appreciate you, sir. So I'm down here at the state capitol with State Representative Ryan Gonzalez to give us an update about the special session. So Representative Gonzalez, what can you tell us about what's happening this year with the special session?
Hey guys, so Representative Ryan Gonzalez here, House District 50. We are starting special session with hearing some of the bills that were introduced. There were about 18 Republican bills and 13 Democrat bills, so about 31 altogether. That number could be increasing to even more. So we're seeing a lot of attacks on HR 1. They're deflecting the blame on the budget shortfall for the Big Beautiful Bill, HR 1, whatever you want to call it. And so we were already at $700 million in the hole before HR 1 was even passed. So we're seeing the Democrats deflect blame for their uncontrollable spending, their prioritization problem. They're using this to go after our taxpayers' Bill of Rights. Another assault, I just ran a bill to have voter approval to lower the vendor fee. So the vendor fee actually helps small businesses at least get some money back to offset in part some of their costs when it comes to payroll taxes, other deductions, sales tax, things to make sure that they stay afloat. Small businesses are struggling. And when you're trying to eliminate that provides at least some sort of relief to small businesses, you're going to see a continued attack on the business community. We're already the 6th most regulated state in the nation, and they're struggling to get by, and this is only going to benefit corporations. We shouldn't be balancing the budget off the backs of small businesses.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Well, I'm down here at the state capitol with House Assistant Minority Leader, State Representative Ty Winter. Down here at the special session here. Representative Winter, what can you tell us about what's going on today?
First and foremost, I want to thank you for being here, because it's going to take a lot of alternative media to get this out to the people of Colorado, and they need to know what's going on here at this special session. I just presented my bill, and my bill was to take $4 million that the legislature put in a slush fund for the governor, which I found out in committee has $56 million already, to sue the federal government. Now let's be straightforward. We have state rights, and the AG is taking the fully funded department that he has, and he's already doing that. So to take $4 million from taxpayers to put in a governor's fund just isn't the right thing to do. With the fiscal cliffs that we're facing, we have families digging through couch cushions to find money to put gas in their car. We have people that are deciding whether they're going to pay the air conditioning bill or if they're going to be able to put food on the table. It's wrong to take $4 million of taxpayer money, put it in a fund that already has $56 million. We should have started today with a $4 million savings. That would have been a good faith gesture to the people of Colorado that we're here to take this serious and fix things. But I think the people of Colorado are going to see how this kicked off with the first bill being heard. And unfortunately, we're going to leave this special session not cutting, but we're going to see a Democrat legislator lead a charge to tax and fee and spend more of your money. So please stay tuned. Please keep watching this type of media, and please stay in the fight, Colorado. We need all the help and prayers you can give us.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, sir. Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So I'm down here at the state capitol with Senator Byron Pelton, one of our Liberty leaders. Senator Pelton, what can you tell us about what's happening with the special session this year?
Well, what's happening is that those great Republicans in the congressional level gave us tax relief, and it made all the Democrats at the state level mad. They want to raise your taxes. They want to increase fees. They want to do everything they possibly can to make sure it makes it hard for people in Colorado to live. That's not what we're here doing. We're trying to find ways to protect Tabor and to figure out ways where we can cut some spending. But unfortunately, in the call, the governor doesn't allow us to cut anything on the budget. So right now, I'm waiting to hear my bill, which is a resolution that says any fee any tax increase has to go to the citizens. So and ask their permissions to increase taxes. So if they do an add back, which is if they try to decouple us away from the federal government on their taxes, then the citizens you'll have to get permission from the citizens. It's basically saying they have to abide by Tabor, which, as everybody knows out there, the Democrats hate.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much. Keep up the good fight, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Well, I'm here with Representative Scott Bottoms and candidate for Colorado Governor. Can you give us an update on what's happening with the special session today?
Yes, I can. This is what I'm referring to as the King's Weekend. King Polis has called us into special session because he's hurt that all of his special projects and everything he's been doing for the last 6 years are not getting fulfilled because of H.R. 1 that came out of Congress at the federal level. And so King Polis gave all of the marching orders to the sycophants in the leftist side of the Democrat Party, and they're all marching to the King's orders. The difference is I am a constituent that doesn't like to do what the King tells me. It's kind of like a no King's Day. And so for me, I'm pushing against raising the taxes, hurting the taxpayer, attacking families, attacking working families, because that's what H.R. 1, the big beautiful bill, said was going to happen, and it is happening, and we can't let taxpayers have their money back in Colorado. So get online and see what King Polis is forcing upon all of what he considers is his subjects, and I consider him as tax-paying voters.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Keep up the fight. Well, I'm here with Representative Jarvis Caldwell to give us an update on the special session. Representative, what do people need to know?
Hey, I appreciate it very much, Brandon. So what you need to know is instead of looking at how we can save Coloradans money, what we're doing is trying to figure out how to raise revenue, which was a direct order by the governor himself, right? So we have a somewhere between $1.2 billion budget deficit after HR 1 passed, which is giving us a lot of relief. And instead, what we're doing is figuring out, okay, how can we make up that gap by putting more taxes or fees on the people of Colorado? And so the Republicans have been here. We've been fighting against it. Minority Leader Rose Puglisi and I just ran a bill in State Affairs that would basically say that the bill that passed earlier this year, 1296, the decoupling from the federal government taxes on overtime, is a violation of the Taxpayer Bill of Rights. And unfortunately, that bill died a fiery death in committee, but it was very telling when you listen to what some of the Democrats, all the Democrats voted no on it, but some of them, like Lorena Garcia, said, which was basically, I don't care if it saves you a little bit of money, it's about the collective good, which I think is very telling, because I mean, that's what a socialist would say, right? The collective good. And that was exactly her position. She doesn't care if you're saving a little bit of money, it's all about the greater good. And apparently, $46 billion budget isn't good enough for her. So that's where we're at now. Right now, I'm in Committee on Business Affairs, and we're talking about this AI bill. So there was a bill passed last year, Senate Bill 205, and that's set to go into effect, I guess you could say, on January 1st, this January 1st coming up, and it's going to be detrimental. I mean, we have almost the entire business community here testifying in support of a different bill that we're hearing today, which on its face looks just like Senate Bill 205, but what it actually does is extend it out like at least a year and a half and give some leeway there. So that's something we're having to consider now. And my personal position is, when every single industry in the state of Colorado is saying, we can't afford this is too much, please give us some breathing room here, then I'm going to listen to that. And so we'll see how the testimony goes. I'm leaning yes on that. Again, not because I actually like the details in the bill, which is very much like 205, but it's because it's extending out that deadline, and it'll give us more time to come back next session, and actually the session after that in 2027, to readdress some of these issues that we have with this regulation of AI, which I think is just, a lot of it's ridiculous in and of itself. But that's kind of where we're at now. But I appreciate everybody, all the support. Thanks for those who came out and testified. We had some great testimony today, and I know it's on very short notice and it's on a Thursday, so it makes it hard for everybody, but just really appreciate you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much.
I'm down here at the state capitol and ran into Scott Slaugh, who's running for the vacancy appointment for House District 64, formerly Representative Ryan Armagaugh's seat, and my seat, my district actually, up in Greeley. So Scott, good to see you down here. Can you tell us what you're seeing so far?
So far, I am seeing more of what we expected, and that is Democrats wanting more of Coloradans' money to be able to spend it on their pet projects and not focus on core services. I see them saying we need more money, not we need to prioritize our spending better. It seems to be the drumbeat that they continue to beat, is that they need more and more money, and that citizens of Colorado's Taxpayer Bill of Rights isn't a contract with the legislature to the people to not spend their money unwisely.
Awesome, sir. Well, appreciate you being down here. Good luck on the vacancy appointment.
Thank you very much.